Lorenzo, speaking of infrastructure and the necessaries, a part of this legislation obviously was the move to renewables. It's very much in line with the Biden administration's thinking when it comes to climate change and what needs to happen going forward to have a cleaner energy dynamic and mix. When you think about that from the Baker Hughes standpoint, how much money are we talking about when it comes to energy infrastructure investment to get cleaner energy? What is the number?
Well, first of all, it's great to be back at GasTech and looking forward to the next few days. And I think the question you pose is very interesting and important because clearly there are significant investments that need to be made. But I think as you look at the energy trilemma that we're in, affordability, sustainability, and security, you really need to break it down into what can you do today that doesn't cost a lot, and also what can you do tomorrow and lay the foundations for the future. And that's where technology comes into play. And as you look at technology, we have significant technology today that can reduce the impact of hydrocarbons from an emissions perspective. If you look at methane reduction, there's such capabilities such as Flare IQ that we provide from Baker Hughes. As you look at the expansion of natural gas and LNG, again, it's a cleaner form of hydrocarbon and also less impactful to the environment. And then as you continue to see the other technology, CCUS. CCUS is available today. And again, you can use it from a perspective of making cleaner the use of hydrocarbons and eventually going to hydrogen. That will take some time, and those are the investments that need to be made. But I think we shouldn't look at it as there's one silver bullet. It's an aspect of actually investing in all of those pillars of technology and starting with what we have today. And I think we don't have enough discussion around the impact of how can we be cleaner by 2030, and we think we've got to jump straight away to 2050 net zero. We've got to be pragmatic, and those are the discussions that we're having with our customers, but also the governments. How do you make this methodical move towards cleaner energy that's going to be essential?
And frankly, how do you afford it in an environment where they're about to hold an EU meeting, an emergency meeting, to discuss energy poverty? Is that the greatest danger, in your view, to moving toward a more climate-friendly technology?
I think we face a risk that if we don't have a good dialogue around the practicality of net zero and the way in which you make it affordable and sustainable, you could lead to energy poverty. And that's why there needs to be a sequence of events that take place. You can't go overnight and say you're not going to use hydrocarbons. So we at Baker Hughes look at it from free truths perspective. First of all, we all have to accelerate the pace at which we move to cleaner energy. But the second truth is that we're not going to get there without the use of hydrocarbons. And we've got to use hydrocarbons that are available today and the benefit of natural gas in particular. And then we've got to work collectively together in collaboration to make that net zero vision real, as opposed to being on two opposite sides. And you go back to it, it needs to be affordable also for the developing nations. We can't expect them to incur high prices and actually face energy poverty.